A very good morning to all of you. I'm Hani Jalali and I'm from Architecture Planning Department, Amity University, Haryana. As a part of my OER resource creation assignment, I have prepared 3 PowerPoint presentations on elements of design. My domain is architecture and I'm in with team lead Mrs. Pallavi Sharma and fellow faculty Meghna Vij. So we will start with the elements of design. So popularly known elements are points, line, planes, forms, textures, and colors. These are the fundamentals of all the designs which we see around us in architecture or even product designs. So all these elements exist in the world around us in the form of nature and in the environments we create for ourselves. So each of these elements play an important role in the overall success of any design, whether it be it interiors or exterior. So what is a point actually? It indicates a position in space. On being extended, a point makes a line. Conceptually, it has no length, no width, no depth, and therefore it is static. It is centralized. It depends on the position which you have placed it, and it is directionless. As a prime element in the vocabulary of form, a point can serve to mark two ends of a line, intersection of two lines, meeting of two lines at a corner of a plane or a volume, in the center of a field. Now, when it is in the center of a field, it has no shape, it is dimensionless, and it has no form. So, but it still makes its presence felt, and that truly depends upon the position where it is placed in the visual field. At the center of its environment, a point is stable, it is at rest, and it is an organizing element about itself, and it dominates its fields, depending upon the size. Let us now understand these concepts. For instance, you have a point which is very small at the moment. It increases and then it further increases its size. So with changing size, its dominating character changes. So this one is very impactful and it is dominating. So if we see, the size here of the point remains constant, but this is at a distance from us, this is a little closer to us, and this is really close to us. Now, without the change of size, how is that visible to us? That is visible because of the field which it has created, the influence region which it has created for itself. The other thing I mentioned was it is represented by two ends of a line, intersection of two lines, and the position where it is placed in the visual field. So it always tries to compete for its supremacy. So if this point is not placed here, and if it is somewhere here or here, then its meaning completely changes. So what it is talking about changes. The other thing is, to visibly mark a position in space or on the ground plane, a point must be projected vertically. So if you have to really feel the third dimension of a point, you need to project it. Now you can project it and it can become a tower or a column. So any columnar element, it is seen in plan as a point, and therefore it retains the visual characteristics of a point. The other forms generated could be a cylinder or a sphere. Okay, another philosophy says that 2 points describe a line that connects them. So 2 points describe a line that connects them. Although the points give this line finite length, which means that via this point, the line can further extend, and this can be the infinite line. But this line is actually a segment of this longer path. Now we have 2 examples. The 2 points can also mean an axis perpendicular to the line they describe and about which they are symmetric. Okay, this axis may be more infinite in length and therefore be more dominant. Same over here you have, but over here this again is much more dominant than the other infinite lines which may pass through this point. So in both the cases, described line and perpendicular axis are more dominant, which means this line and this line, they are much more dominant than the infinite number of lines that may pass through each of these individual points. So further you'll realize that these are nothing else but glimpses of probably an existing design. So another important thing which I want to bring to your notice. So if there are 2 points established in a space by a columnar element, it can define an axis. Okay, so if these were 2 points and we have to give them a vertical dimension so that they are visible, so as discussed, they'll be extended vertically and this will give us a tower. So if you if you place another tower at a distance, so which means the line in between them is more dominating, as just discussed. So this line in architecture is the axial axis. So there are a lot of axial designs which you will see throughout the history in architecture. So there will be a lot of buildings design. One of the famous example is Taj Mahal or Mughal gardens. Wherever you go, there's an axial design. So what is happening is the points which we are looking at here probably will be a building over there. So these points, which means are the some important mark. Now this could be an entry also, or this could be an exit also, or this could be an entry and exit both, but this point could be the important main building for which people are approaching the site. So in plan, 2 points can represent a gateway, signifying passage from one place to another. So if you look the other way, these 2 points can also be a point of entry, like 2 points together can be a point of entry. Okay, and this can also be treated as a gateway through which people can pass through. So it depends on the position of point in the visual field. So extended vertically, these 2 points define both the plane of the entry and an approach perpendicular to it. Okay. So yes, this is it for point. I'll just just kind of revise with you. So these are extended visual attributes. Basically, all we have to remember is the position in the visual field and the size of the points which we're using to signify or define anything. Thank you. In the next class, we will continue with lines.